All right, guys, this is going to be a quick one. This is part 3 for the TJ roll bar in the YJ. So on the last video, I think it was the last video, I cut the feet off the bar, the TJ bar, and I said I was having a shop bend me up the plates for the floor of the YJ. So they took some measurements of the plates that are in the YJ now on the roll bar and bent these, and I held them up side by side, and they are dead on. I mean, they're perfect. Perfect, perfect. Like exactly the same in every single dimension. Exactly the same. The only difference being these are 3/16, whereas the factory was 1/8. The factory on the YJ, these are 1/8, and the factory on the TJ roll bars were 1/8. So since I used a 16th inch thick cutoff wheel, skimmed it exactly along the surface of the mounting feet on the TJ bar, I took off a 16th of an inch out of the tubes. So I had to make these, instead of out of 1/8, 3/16, so they're a 16th of an inch bigger. And I mean, these things are dead on. So this is how it's going to sit. More or less like this. Right? And I'm going to, my goal, see, that's not going to work. Okay. I was going to try and move it all the way back and weld it so it's not just welded onto the flat piece of metal. But maybe I'll make some brackets or something coming off of here, like from the top to the going to it. But anyway, if I can get my hand out of the way. So that's about what it's going to look like right there. I mean, it's the exact same shape as the one that's in there. It's just longer. The one that's in there, the roll bar in the YJ comes to about right here, give or take a little bit. So I'm extending it over. I'm going to mark the holes on the factory plates and drill wherever they are. I don't know where they are. I have no idea until I pull the other roll bar out. But it's pretty much going to be, if this is the driver's side plate that we're looking at, like this. And of course, that's the little step up where the back seat goes. So there's going to be, I want to say it's a hole here and a hole about there, and then a hole here and a hole about here. And then the bar is going to be here, right in this area right there. So it'll be good. I have to get some 3/16 plate for the back legs right there and right there to go on the wheel well. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to mark the holes and I'm going to drill them. And I'm using all the factory mounting locations. Where they bolt these down, there is nowhere to put a plate. So I don't know how people are doing that, putting the plates on the bottom to go reinforce it to the frame. I don't know how they're doing that. Because there's a floor brace right wherever it is, right here. And that's where the two bolts that go down into the floor, they go into the floor brace. And of course, the floor brace comes over, goes down, goes over, goes up, and is flat again. So the bolts go on the two flat parts. So it drops down. And I'm not cutting the floor brace out, that's for sure. So I'm just going to use the factory mounting points. I'm probably going to do a front weld-in cage that goes to the floor, tube to the floor. I tested it with the spreader bars, and you can still access the e-brake. I just have to bend the release handle over a little bit. But I can still push the e-brake perfectly fine, and yeah, so that's the plan. But just wanted to show you all these plates here. They did a perfect job, man. I don't know. It's fantastic. There we go. $35. It was like 3412 or something like that. Money well spent, so now I don't have to drill any new holes in the Jeep because it's pretty much rust free. All right, guys, stay tuned for part 4.